Right, Shalom, Shalom. Call Loyam La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. He double honors the apostles, elders at Great Millstone. Salutations to Akim, pushing the work of truth and sincerity. Name of this lesson is When the Lights Go Dark. All right. When the lights go dark. Okay. And I'm alluding to, the inevitable apocalyptic state of the West, all right, which is America, aka Babylon, all right, Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt, whatever you want to call it. It's all those and some. So when it goes dark, and it will go dark, the elite, they're gonna have, all, reign and authority to do whatever the hell they want. Okay, we're dealing with the worst type of, menace that the face of this planet has ever seen in Esau, the so-called white man. All right, we see what they're doing openly with education. All right, completely corrupting the minds of the, vulnerable, which are the children. It's going after the children. Openly, okay, and they're going after everyone openly, okay. The FBI and the alphabet agencies, they're going after people on social media and so on and so forth. But I have reason to believe they're going to be death squads. When the lights go dark. And that's the times that we're living in, man, and we're for sure going to need some help. We for damn sure going to need some help, that's why it's important to essentially give up, this world, of course, do what you got to do, as we always say, scriptures talk about, using the world, but not to, abusing it to the point where you're just lost in the sauce, so to speak, but this is Daniel 12:1. Just this place is through, man. This place is through, and there ain't no hope for this place, period. Daniel 12:1, it says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. All right, we see what this devil is doing openly with the the JAB. All right, openly lying to people. So just imagine when the lights go dark and communication is out. This is why the Lord has to protect, his elect. All right, because this devil is going, pretty much do whatever the hell he wants. All right. Okay, they've given power to, these technocrats, these scientists who have a very obscure way of looking at life. All right. Okay, they got a very sinister way, a very malignant thought towards mankind, man, and they want to enslave mankind, all right, and do whatever the hell they want, okay? But the Lord is going, essentially, he has to raise up, or charge the angels to protect us. And in this case, Michael, the archangel, has to stand up because the times are going to be so damn bad, okay? When the lights go dark, which they will go dark, all right, those are going to be very, very trying times, okay? All right, there's going to be a lot of death in the streets. I know, we try to paint the picture as best we can, but when it's happening, it's going to be a whole nother ball game. All right, but these are the signs of the end, And better is the end of a thing than the beginning. So it's gonna be heavy, man. So it says, such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Okay, so the Lord is going to deliver, all right, the elect, okay, the hopeful, all right, the sincere ones, the meek ones. As the scriptures say, the meek shall inherit the earth. All right. Okay, so let's see. Let's shorten this real quick. I really don't need that, but here. This is let's see if it comes up. Let's see. Alright, so it's lock it. So this is Psalms 12 and 8. Okay, the wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. All right, and you have the vilest men exalted because this world is being ran by sociopathic, unrelenting, devils, Edomites, who get off on mischief. They get off on lying to people. They get off on deceiving people. All right, deception is their greatest tool. Okay, their greatest tool. All right. So the wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted, and that's what you're seeing. All right. People just coming out of the woodworks. Okay, they allow, as they start going after the children with the curriculum, you just seeing all sorts of people, come out of the woodworks. All right, claiming they're, trans and all this other stuff, only to go after the minds of these people, man. All right. Okay, so there's nothing but wicked people, all right, in the earth. Okay, so Salaki, I kind of just wanted to go ahead and do this lesson, man, because it just came into my mind. When the lights go dark, it's gonna be very, very bad out here. Okay, let me see. I was thinking of something else, but let me go ahead and get this since I can't figure it out. Lord willing, come back to it. All right, let's see. 2 Ezra 5. 5 and 1, it says, nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number. We already know, according to their own Georgia Guidestones, essentially what they want to do with the population of the world. And really, mainly, it is the promised seed, the ones that are to receive the promise. We're the biggest enemy. All right, we don't have to have any weapons. And it seems like with Esau, the more weaker you are, the more you become a target. Because that's just how they move. They're cowards. All right, and that's why the Lord is going to wipe them off the face of the earth, because they absolutely bring absolutely nothing, to the earth. They're absolutely just vile. And they need to be discarded. You see, if you think the Lord is going to allow this devil to continue in his madness, you sadly mistaken. Okay, so if you think this devil is going to keep reigning and doing whatever the hell he wants, you're really sadly mistaken. All right. So it says here, 2 Ezra 5, and it says, "And the way of truth shall be hidden, Okay? Because when the lights go dark, communications is gonna fail. So we communicate with each other now. It's easy. We're on the web, all right, which is an actual web, because on the web you can get caught on the web, and only the spider is able to pretty much not get caught in that web because of I think they secrete something on their appendages. All right, if I'm not mistaken. All right, but you know, the web, they're gonna cut that. They're gonna cut that information, and that's why, like, it would be wise to archive and store a lot of information. All right, you know, what's a good one? Recipes, or you know, what have you. But you know, in certain places, you know, there are going to be disasters, and you know, Esau is going to be, you know, pretty much relocating people, arresting people, or detaining people without due process. So it's a lot of stuff that's going to go on. Okay, all right. And it's a lot of stuff that's happening now. All right. So they're removing. Well, the point was, before I kept talking, Salaki. All right. It says, "In the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith." This is what Esau, essentially, this is, you know, his primary goal is to, you know, to bring more obscurity, to bring more darkness, to bring more iniquity. All right. That way, you know, those that are the hopeful elect won't be able to communicate. But one thing he got screwed up is that it ain't on us, it's in us. Okay? So we don't have to have, and in that time I believe the Lord is going to give us an upgrade anyway. All right? I believe the Lord is going to increase our spirits anyway. Okay? Because if you think about it, the scriptures talk about all, you know, sorrows shall come on all sides. All right? And with that, you know, the scriptures talk about also that the Lord is going to bring down the proud and haughty. So if the Lord is coming with bringing sorrows to those that are in you know, jollity and that festive type of spirit, they're in that mirthing spirit, they're enjoying this corrupt world, and if he's bringing the sorrows to you know, quell their spirit, you know, how much more those who are already in a solemn you know, serious contrite spirit. We're going to level up in the spirit. All right. And I wholeheartedly believe that, because the scripture says, those that laugh now shall cry later. All right. And those that cry shall laugh. And the scriptures talk about us laughing at their calamity in Proverbs, the 1st chapter. You know, so when those lights go dark, man, it's gonna be a whole different ball game. You know, Esau wants to take everybody back to the 17th century, where, you know, they had to use kerosene lamps to light the pathways. You know, and you know, as the scriptures say, you know, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of our times. So us knowing these things, that's going to create a stability for us, so that we won't panic and have fear. But now is the time to shed this world and shed the you know, the hope of this world. So Salaki, because I know I'm doing a lot of talking. 2 Ezra 5:2, but iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. All right. And so when those lights go dark, Esau is banking on doing a lot more wickedness. Okay, I believe personally that they, you know, when the lights go dark, when they shut off the grid and blame it on whoever they want to, all right, that's just gonna give them open reign and bring in death squads, especially to you Negroes, Latino, and Native Americans neighborhoods. All right, because it's really gonna be mass confusion all over. All right, you have train derailments, and then you have the water being poisoned. All right, due to those calamities. All right, and then in other places you're gonna have different scenarios. Okay, cities being locked down, death squads, people being detained. You name it, it's coming. All right. It says, in the land that thou seest now to have root, shalt thou see wasted suddenly. All right. But if the Most High grant thee to live, thou shalt see after the third trumpet that the sun shall suddenly shine again in the night, and the moon thrice in the day, and blood shall drop out of wood, and the stone shall give his voice. All right, and the people shall be troubled. All right, and even he shall rule whom they look not for, that dwell upon the earth. All right, and fowls shall take their flight all away together. All right. Let's see, of course, the one that they don't bank on ruling, all right, is of course the Lord, all right, and his heirs, his joint heirs. Okay, so I went a little bit further than I want to. 2nd Esdras 15, and you better believe this scenario is going to create complete chaos when the lights go dark. All right, and I'm thinking about, we're going to have more things happen. We had, the banks, a run on the banks. People are taking their money out of the banks. All right, which is going to create a snowball effect of, it's already creating certainty. It's going to create a whole lot of other issues as well. All right. Okay. 2nd Esdras 15. Right. And all right, 12. Egypt shall mourn. All right. And you can put in the place of Egypt, America. Okay. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that God shall bring upon it. But there's a dynamic as well. The Lord using, his enemies to do a certain work and giving them power and authority, according to Revelation 6, to bring about a certain change. And that change is essentially the Lord killing two birds with one stone. They're going to do their wickedness, but the Lord is reserving them for a particular time so that he can pounce on them. All right. So just like he did Pharaoh. All right. So it says, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting in hell, and with a fearful constellation. All right. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right. And so pretty much what's going to drive this is the economic conditions of the world, the environment being corrupted or, poisoned, or however you want to say. That is what's going to drive this place. And if you haven't been paying attention the last 2 years, 3 years, all right, they've been setting up for the post scarcity. They've been setting things up for food scarcity, water scarcity, because they're poisoning it. All right, so things are very blatant, openly. All right, but wait until those lights go dark. Wait until those lights go dark. All right, there ain't gonna be no help. The government's gonna abandon the citizens. All right, and the government was set up to protect the borders from foreigners. All right, and what are they doing? They're allowing foreigners to come in. All right, which that's all prophecy. Okay. Also, they're supposed to protect your privacy, and they're supposed to protect your liberty. But this devil, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, and we're talking about the technocrats, the well-honored scientists and philanthropists of the world. All right, they got a real bad agenda, man. All right, but it's all the will of the Lord. So Salaki, it says it says woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. And what's going to create that? Of course, the scarcity, right? It says, invading one another. All right, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. All right, you know, the kings and princes are ones that run the society, essentially. You know, your congressmen, your mayors, everybody that's higher up, that deal within the municipality. All right, you know, they're gonna have a target on them. Okay, because the citizens gonna realize that they've been lied to, and in most cases, you know, the citizens probably gonna be able to, you know, reach out and touch those individuals who are higher up. All right, you know, and that's just how the cookie is gonna crumble, because, well, the elite of the elite, I guess you could say, they're gonna be untouchable and reserved for hardcore slavery. All right, the Lord is allowing them to do so that He can get His hands on them in time to come at His coming. Okay, but this society, you can wrap it up. It's over with. Even now, as I speak right now, you know, we all can feel it. All right, we all can feel it. All right, so that year 2000 prophecy, even though it was, you know, even though it was, you know, even though it didn't happen, all right, 23 years later, it, you know, the condition of this society is a hell of a lot worse, and it's only going to get worse. And then eventually this place is going to get really, you know, taken out. Okay, so just like, you know, Jonas and Nineveh, all right, prophesying against Nineveh is the perfect example for the situation with the year 2000 prophecy. All right, it didn't happen immediately. There's certain things that took place where the Lord had pretty much repented of what He said, but eventually Nineveh was laid waste. Okay, but this new Nineveh, all right, it's taking some time. Things have to happen. The elect have to be sealed. All right, and eventually this place is going to get taken out. All right, without a shadow of doubt. Okay. So it says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right. So people are going to be able to do whatever the hell they want, whenever the hell they please to. Okay. There ain't going to be nothing stopping them. All right. Okay. And then when they establish order, because they will establish order throughout the chaos. All right. You know, there's a lot of people going to be put to death by their own so-called government. All right. By death squads, because they've given this world to, you know, like I said, the technocrats, which is the leaders of the WHO, the leaders of the CDC, you know, so on and so forth. The people that you see, the shakers and movers at the World, you know, Economic Forum, you know. So this thing is gonna get really fast, you know. So let's see. Second answer is 8 and 50, and like these are topics that, you know, these are things that we're supposed to be talking about on a daily. Okay, this is, you know, essentially righteous conversation, because we're explaining exactly what's going to happen to this place. Second Ezra 8 and 50, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And the Lord is attacking that pride through these different scourges and allowing this devil to be the ultimate devil. He's pretty much let him off the leash. And he's going to do damage. You better believe it, especially when the lights go dark. All right? But understand thou for thyself and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. And this is for the hopeful, verse 51. Our minds is what? To hasten the kingdom. All right? There's nothing you can aspire to in this world that's going to exist, after this thing, takes place. All right? There's nothing you can aspire to. There's no, there's no institution you can go to and get a degree and you guaranteed a job 5-10 years down the line. There ain't gonna be no work. There ain't this society in China. All right, Moab is the template. It's the it's what's going to basically take place here in America. So if you've been watching what's been going on in China and the lockdowns, and the people having to pay for their food using biometrics, all right, that's all coming to America, all right. But when it hits America, it's going to be complete chaos because these people the elites can't somewhat control people, so they have to sabotage every avenue of resource, every avenue of food, water, so that they can create this dependency, okay? So that they can create people being dependent on the only thing that's functioning, and that's the beast system, All right, it says, for unto you is paradise open. This is what we're supposed to be aspiring to, the kingdom. The tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteousness is made ready. So the Lord is already, he's already, what the scriptures say, right, so he's already made or prepared the kingdom, okay? He's already prepared. It's already fully laid out, and it starts with his wisdom, okay? It's all fully laid out, all right? It ain't like we come in and we, like Jake, trying to establish their own thing. Well, the kingdom is already prepared for us, all right? We just have to get down and continue in this thing and become more faithful in the times to come, man, all right? So that our foundation would be sturdy, all right, and unmovable, It says the root of evil is sealed up from you. Weakness and the moth is hid from you, and corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. Because ultimately, all right, the corruption that's going to be fled into hell is the lake of fire. The lake of fire is the thermonuclear destruction that's going to take place, and the Lord is going to send fanners. All right, so imagine that, because you need 3 different elements for fire. All right, oxygen is one of them. All right, or air. Okay, and when you fan the fire, that fire starts to essentially grow, and it consumes everything in its path. All right, more viciously. That's what's going to happen to America. All right, I want to make a lesson on that, because the picture, the vision is in my mind so clear. All right, when those missiles drop, the Lord is going to send fanners, and essentially the fanning is going to keep that fire going, okay? And it's going to consume everything, all right? And I'm talking about totally annihilate everything. That's why it says every element shall melt with fervent heat, all right? Okay? So, hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, man. I just wanted to, go right ahead and just go ahead and to, build off the thought that I had, which was, when the lights turn dark, all right, it really gonna go in. All right, it really gonna go in. If you thought he was a devil, we ain't seen nothing yet. We ain't seen his full capability. All right. Man, this truck is annoying. All right, so we gonna see his full capability of being a devil. All right, and believe me, nothing comes close. Nothing comes close. Revelations 12:12, it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them."
Combined with melting snow.
All right. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." They're moving fast. All right, because whatever they're seeing in the heavens, in the firmament, whatever is something that is bothering them to the point where they have to move fast. All right, they have to move fast. Okay, and it's something urgent. Something is moving them urgently to push certain things. Okay, like the elders was going over yesterday during the algorithm. I think it was the brother Required Kwam, basically going into how the different stages, certain stages of the agenda could either propel us straight into the next agenda, or it can be prolonged for a certain time. All right, for a purpose, of course. You know, so we don't know how. You know, like concerning this whole bank run, we know this is a snowball effect. We're gonna see one bank after another, and they're gonna bring in a new system, new systems, and you know it's gonna get the ball rolling with the new world order. All right. So they're moving, and they're gonna bring that wrath. Okay, they're gonna bring that wrath for sure. All right. See, because if I got, let me see, I know there's plenty. Let me see, what was I just thinking? Revelations 12:12. Okay. Oh yeah, Habakkuk chapter 2. Let's start at 1. All right. "I will stand upon my watch, and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he shall say unto me. And what shall I answer when I am reproved?" All right, because it's the Spirit that is correcting us. All right, and you know the Lord said what He has set watchmen upon the walls in Isaiah. I think it's the 62nd chapter. I'm not sure exactly, but the Lord said that He was going to set up watchmen, and those watchmen are going to watch for the enemy encroaching. All right, and essentially that's what we're doing, because we're at war. We're not in peace times. We're not even in times where we can lay down our sword. And we know the weapons of our warfare aren't carnal. So the sword I'm talking about is the book. Okay? And that's the ultimate threat to the system, the beast system, is that book. And ultimately, that's why we're the greatest threat to Esau's establishment. Okay? Because he needs people to buy into the establishment. He needs people to bow to the establishment, his establishment, the beast system, and ultimately take his mark, which is his branding. All right, and that branding, that makes you his slave, and that makes him your God if you take the RFID chip. All right. So what shall I say? What shall I answer when I am reproved? And the Lord answered me and said, "Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it." All right. So we're supposed to make the truth as clear as possible, as understandable as possible as we can, to the best of our ability, so that individuals who believe can run and deliver that message. Okay. All right. So it says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak." And the vision that we're seeing is speaking. the vision that we're reading in the scripture, it's actually speaking in front of our eyes. It's evident. It's clear as day what's going on, how things are working. It's working to the tune of the Heavenly Father. Everything that's going on in this world, there's not a thing that's not sanctioned by the Heavenly Father. And it's not a thing on earth that's not being done, all right, Slakia, without the control of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, and his holy angels. All right. I'm about to say, goddamn strap. But yeah. So the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come. It will not tarry. And that's one thing the Lord is banking on is His words, and I can agree that the Lord is a man of His word, and He don't play no games, and we're about to see that. Okay, we're about to see that. All right. So it's almost time for me to go in right now. So Lord willing, this is edifying. So I'm gonna read it just a little bit more. It says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith." The just shall live by his faith. All right, that's the elect who is using the belief and hope to guide them. It's not. This game is not going to be won by how much food you preserve. It's going to be won by how fast you hold on to this truth. All right. Slack. Okay, so it says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him," and that's Esau. That's dealing with this devil, man. All right. We know his soul is not upright in him. All right. Okay, he's lifted up. He has a godlike complex. This man is deranged. He has a sinister agenda. All right. And he wants blood, okay? All right? Yea, it says, "Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, not to keep it at home." That's this devil's MO. That's his modus operandi. This dude be mad at me. I only got one pallet. Hey, with that, Lord willing, this has been edifying. So, well, you know what? I'm gonna just pause and I'll come back. All right, so Salaki, I'm gonna just go ahead and close out. Finish this. Habakkuk 2:5. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine. All right, he is a proud man. All right, and that wine represents his agenda, his way of living, his rule of law, and eventually he's gonna have to answer for all his works soon enough. All right. So because he says he's a proud man, not to keep it at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death. So him, Esau's MO as well is to just plunder, to rape, rob, murder, and plunder. You know? Hey, so it says it is as death and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. And that's what he's essentially doing with this beast system. That's how he's going about doing that, okay? And Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Just something I just wanted to really touch on. Thought that I wanted to build on. Again, Lord willing, it was edifying. Until next time, I say shalom.